Everton 1, Leeds United 1, match reaction, leaving Bramley Moore Dock Stadium. Very disappointed with many complaints about Leeds getting a point. I think they were a decent team of the day. I think our first half performance was utterly awful. David Moyes, with a very poor team selection, didn't seem to have had the team set up in the right way to have an impact on the game. And it was a second half performance which earned us some credibility. We looked a lot more in control, a lot more able to deal with the turnovers, because we played with a lot more aggression, a lot more tenacity and aggression.
Yeah. How would the hammer got that?
A lot more aggression and tenacity in that second half. Just coming out of the stadium, it's very, very crowded, as you can imagine. Yeah, so second half, more intensity, more aggression. We kept probing, eventually got the equaliser, Thierry Barry, with a brilliant finish. Just to go on again, making potentially inactive for the goal which Leeds scored. He should have done better. He should have tracked back the minute we lost possession and cut the goal out. But this is very difficult, this little corner here, to try and get out of the ground. I'll just show you what it's like getting out of this. Just show you what it's like trying to get out before I continue talking about the game. So I'll just show you the back camera. Yeah. And look at this. It's just not acceptable. This is just trying to get out of the actual. Just trying to get out of the actual stadium footprint. Yeah, so there's lots and lots to talk about. If I lose signal, we will be back. Just trying to get through this. So first half, extremely poor. No intensity, poor shape. Leeds won every second ball, won every duel. Dealt with the turnovers, and I'm gonna get through. Yeah. What do you want to say?
What are you live on?
Follow Everton.com.
Follow Everton.
YouTube channel, yeah. What do you think of the game? Shite, isn't it? Started well, though.
If you're on 85?
It'll go up.
Have you already started?
No. Thought that mate will I let's stick on the topic. Why did you think we started well? We didn't start well at all.
Oh, I don't start at all, mate. I know.
Because we didn't lose it. We normally lose them.
We're 30 seconds in, we were 1-0 down against Newcastle.
Terrible.
We are.
Can't even get in the ground.
I think every home team this season have been shite, though, haven't they? To be fair.
Follow Everton. We'll get this moving on in a minute. They're stuck in this little crowd here. Can't get out.
Little crowd.
Massive crowd. Massive crowd. It's disgraceful, isn't it?
You know what, though? It's fucking great stadium there. That you spoke the joint.
Me? I wish. Let's get this. Let's get live. Let's get out of here. No, some of the two mates have gone ahead. To be honest, whose idea was this gate? Trying to get out of the stadium. Going to move over to the side here. Yeah. Okay. I do apologise. Thank you for sticking with us. So, first half, very, very poor. Leeds winning all the battles, always had an extra man. Couldn't press because they always had an out ball. They always had an extra man. We couldn't sit in because it meant we wouldn't be able to get out and play. One thing I noticed, Idrissa Gana Gueye and Harrison Armstrong and Dwight McNeil's positions were way too high. They weren't reading the danger. They weren't winning the duels. They weren't getting their foot in. And we never offered any threat when we had the ball as well. It was 45 minutes, extremely passive. Everything was Leeds. Extremely disappointing. point. I'm hoping someone will hear me as well. So I understand why David Moyes went with the team well, because Jared Anthwaite was not fully fit. He hasn't played any football this season. Dewsbury Hall's been injured. But I still think we could have adapted. When instead of waiting till half time, he could have changed it earlier because it should have been 2-0 to Leeds. Calvert-Lewin hit the post. And should have been 2-0. Should have been well out of sight. All Leeds were doing was waiting for us to lose the ball because they were getting in shape. They were getting everyone behind the ball, waiting for us to give it away, and play for the turnovers because we were leaving gaps, huge gaps. We couldn't defend the space. We weren't getting our foot in. We weren't getting stuck in. So that was the problem. Garnegay, Armstrong, and McNeil. Someone in the comments confirm they can hear me. I do apologise. This has been an absolute shit show. But this is the experience. Coming out of the ground is absolute chaos. You lose signal for some reason. Thank you, Wormy. So, first half, absolute shit show. It was more of the same. It was just like Wolves. It was just like Brentford. It was like Tottenham. It was like Newcastle. And you felt like it was only a matter of time before Leeds scored. They should have been 2-0 up, Calvert-Lewin. The first goal, I don't know what Garnegay is doing. I don't know what Mikalenko is doing. I don't know why we don't clear the ball. I don't know why we defend with more. That's not more authority. We didn't look like scoring. Moyes waited till half time, made the substitutions, made a big difference. Jared Branthwaite coming on, playing in a back five, making his first appearance since, well, in 6 months at least, because he's been out since, well, he's been out since April, hasn't he? So he's been out for a long time. But he came in, he slotted back in, he looked composed. Overall, was faultless, as you would expect from him. Also coming on was Dewsbury Hall, been out for 6-7 weeks with an injury. He came in for Harrison Armstrong, and we instantly looked like we had more poise, more balance, more control. Second half, so those two substitutions came on. and we instantly looked improved. The back five matched up Leeds, and we had a bit more balance. Because in the first half we couldn't build out from the back. It was like we didn't have enough we didn't have enough players to build up from the back. But we looked more comfortable. We looked like we were in control of the defensive situation. Don't get me wrong, Calvert-Lewin, who was a thorn in our side, should have scored twice, in fairness. Once with a toe poke Pickford saved, once when he went and flicked it onto the post. But in general, we were dealing with everything. I know Kevin's saying we're in that pre-league. We're at the bottom of that sort of mini-league outside for Europe. That's where we're going to be unless we start scoring enough goals and just improving at home. That's 3 wins in 13 matches or something this season. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Our home form is absolutely disgusting. And you're dragging 52,000 people out in the absolute freezing cold in January yet again and can't win a game. So that's how I feel about this. But we improved. We looked more in control of the midfield. We started winning duels. We started getting in the right areas. Players started looking at danger, seeing danger, dealing with the danger. The problem was we didn't have the outball. The wing backs weren't working. Patterson was too conservative on the right. And Vitaly Mikalenko might as well not have been playing. He was poor the whole game, to be honest with you. And down the left, offers absolutely nothing going forward. So it was Njai, and then I didn't think he played that well in the central area. We were like more solid without being particularly effective. Then I don't think Dibbling had come on at this point, but managed to get ourselves back into the game. Probing, passing, we were a bit more patient. We were taking less touches, playing with more speed. So instead of having 3-4 touches every single time, we take one touch pass and move, making runs in behind. And it was one of those moments. Idrissa Gana Gueye, who was poor overall, makes the run in behind, and he gets a really good ball over. You don't think he's going to do it, but he played the pass perfectly into the box for Tierney Barry. All he has to do is get there first and guide it towards the goal. And to be honest, that is a lot. But absolutely exceptional finish. And he's now got 5 goals for the season, a lot more respectable. Going from a player who couldn't score for love nor money, didn't look like he had anything to offer and was completely out of his depth, to now looking like a Premier League forward. And that is something we can be happy with. 5 goals, if he can kick on and get another 4 or 5 goals before the end of the year and hit double figures, I think that would be a satisfying season. Others need to score. We haven't got the balance in the home games. We tried, we huffed and puffed. There wasn't a lot of quality. We dealt with Leeds well in the second half, and there was only one winner. Njai was sent in behind, took it onto his left foot. The shot was well blocked. There was another one, Idrissa Gana Gueye, could have won the game for us. I don't know where I'm parked. I'm parked on Dixon Street. 100% sure I'm parked. Just going to keep walking, see if it's down here. Can't remember. It's man with a guitar. Not really in the mood, to be honest. Idrissa Gana Gueye, we're looking for the winner, and we hit it onto the crossbar. It was a perfect shot, to be honest. He was very, very unlucky. But there was another chance as well. Can't remember who it was, but we had 2 massive chances. Then the Barry goal, and we had... Don't think this is where I'm parked. I think I'm parked further up. Let's walk round. Oh, I know. Sorry, Rubbly Rich. I've got Mabsy with me, and Basil, and Stevie. It's just like... I'm the driver as well. So we're just lacking quality. Tyler Dibbling, come on. And Everton, I thought we were really good at that moment, to be fair, until the Dibbling substitution. Patterson was probably too deep. He needed to push on a little bit, try and drag their left back over to create more of a space for Barry to run in behind or another midfielder. But he was very conservative still, even as a wing back. So he brought Tyler Dibbling on to play right wing, and he didn't really look up to the mustard. Kept trying to cut inside on his left foot and get crowded out by 2-3 players at a time. Needed to be more decisive, needed to be sharper, and he doesn't look ready. 40 million. I am a bit concerned about the signing I know he's only 19, but who signs off 40 million quid on a player who can't have an impact in the short term? So we probed, but in fairness, struggling with the final pass. Probably a little bit worried about the turnovers from Leeds and the space. Maybe like Aronson was doing quite well for Leeds. But Calvert-Lewin's not a particularly fast player. He's not someone who's going to score from outside the box. So we should have kind of kept the high line, especially with Banthwaite back and Jake O'Brien, who improved as the game went on. Just couldn't find that goal. There was a bit of time wasting from Leeds. They realised they were under the cosh, and goes to stoppage time. You got 4 minutes of stoppage time. Wonder if they're waiting for me at the car. 4 minutes of stoppage time. I'm now going to pass you over to one of the others to continue with the stream. But 4 minutes of stoppage time. Probably going to give it to. Hi, Steve. Yeah, 4 minutes of stoppage time, and Leeds just made it very difficult trying to see the game out for a draw. 2 corners in succession. We didn't need to give them a couple of fouls, and we just made it easy for Leeds to get it. And so now for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share the streaming duties between the boys. I've got Andy with me first of all to turn the brightness up to the maximum.
Hi, you okay, guys?
Maybe that.
So should just okay. Yeah. So what are we?
From my perspective,
Shit.
a breakdown. Yeah, shit.
Fucking shit first half. The referee was fucking woeful. And I think as well that Leeds played very good. They played narrow when they were when we were on the attack.
Compact, yeah.
Yeah, compact.
Got everyone behind the ball.
And we were fucking just about 5 yards, 10, 100 yards. No shape whatsoever. Go on, I'll hand you over.
That was
Gone, yeah.
15 minutes.
Hello. Yeah, no, just to build on Mabs, he's right. I mean, I think Leeds obviously studied the Brentford performance where they won all the second balls and turned us over very quickly from front to back. Made it really hard for us, turning us inside out. But the thing is, Leeds, we knew what they were going to do. We knew they were going to play the sort of 3-4. Well, it's a sort of 4. It's a sort of 3-5-2. They've got the 2 strikers up front, which are playing off all your second balls. You've got 2 wing backs, so you've got a bit of width, but not too much. And then you've got everything congested in the middle.
It could become a 3, a 5, or a 4.
Yeah,
depending on...
as Ryan says, it can become 5 flat at the back with your 3 in front, 4 in front, and 1 up front. Which is very hard to break down through, and we're not a good footballing side generally, so to break that down is quite tricky. And then the rest of the game, they can play it on the front foot. They can have 3 at the back. They've got the 2 wing backs stretching us against our full backs, and then you've got 2 strikers up front. So you got 2 strikers isolated up against our 2 strikers. Made it really difficult, and Everton really struggled. They couldn't live with playing it like that. They got turned inside out. They couldn't find passes through. And it was clear that it needed to change from my perspective. I actually said Garner Gay and McNeil to come off, but the same changes, but with those 2. But he made the changes. That's the main thing. We had to change something at the second half. We had to be different. We were not getting anywhere with that 11 and that formation. So I thought we were a lot more positive in that second half. What we created, Leeds didn't really create much, and I think the atmosphere helped in the second half to settle Everton down and make Leeds feel like they wanted a point rather than coming for the win, which they thought they were going to get in the first half. And Everton created chances. They had a parry side of the foot shot. We had Garner Gay striking the top corner post.
It was a die chance as well.
There was an Ndai chance. It was blocked where he cut in from the right-hand side. Personally, don't think Ndai is that good on the left. He doesn't do much for me. He does dribble past players and feed balls off. I'm not saying he does nothing, but what he does doesn't penetrate opposition. whereas I find on the right, he just pops up in spaces. He seems to go a bit more like anonymous. But what else? I mean, the shape helped us second half. I know we're not used to playing it having Branthwaite, but to Mikalenko, he's got no quality, no left foot, no nothing. Patterson was the only one offering some width. He got taken off. I was a bit disappointed with that. But Tippling wasn't bad when he came on, but he looks like lacking in confidence and just game experience. Not a £40. So in the end, I would say Leeds had the first half, we had the second half, and probably a point is probably fair, but it doesn't mean we're happy with it. From what we watched in the first half, you have to take a point at the start of the second half from that. And we got something out of the game, but it's typical of Everton not to get the win on Sky Sports on an evening at home. We're really struggling at home. We just can't find solutions. We're being expected to go and take the game to other teams. We're playing higher up. We're getting caught out all over the shop. And even players like Garner, who has had so many good games recently, just didn't look up to it the same way because everyone around him. The levels just dropped the whole team in the first half. And I think it was tactical problems from my perspective as much as anything. So, yeah, I mean, that's my kind of take on the game. Stevie, do you want to come in and give any comments on that? Or your perspective?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, thanks, David. That's very good analysis. It's always different when you're, depending on where you're sitting and what you're seeing and how you see the game as well.
Did you see it, Steve?
It's amazing how you can experience a slightly different thing when you're sitting practically on the pitch, which is where I was. Obviously, it feels intense. I think this is a point gained. I think Everton didn't really kick into any gear until the 76th minute when we got the equalising goal, which, to be honest, I went quite wild for, considering it's just a Monday night against Leeds. But, I mean, look, this is a good point because for much of the game, Leeds gave more than their fair share. Game could have been 2-2, of course, because there were two woodwork incidents, one for each side. I thought this is just a typical Everton performance at the Hill Dickinson, where we just couldn't get going for a long period, and you're struggling to think, well, where are we going to get the goal from? If you look at it from a Leeds point of view, they came to this match, a bit like what Dave said, they were very, very well organised. Everton didn't look like they had an alternative pass on. It was a very obvious pass every time. Very static play. There wasn't really any running or movement off the ball. It's very, very difficult for anyone to get forward. It looked like they targeted Mikalenko down the right. It was very hard for Patterson to get forward with McNeil there. He looks like a fish out of water. And unfortunately, things just didn't click into gear at all in the first half. It was an awfully frustrating thing. My highlight was a hot chocolate that I got in the East Stand. And so basically in the second half, you thought, well, is it going to get any better? And it did marginally get better, but it really wasn't until that momentum shift that came in the second part of the second half when it looked like we were going to get maybe a winning goal, and maybe that was just too far-fetched. As it so happened, obviously, in injury time, Leeds kind of nullified and managed it well with a couple of corners, and we really didn't get a sniff in the end, which was a bit of a shame. Yeah, I think Ndai did well. There were a couple of good performances. It was nice to see some players back. They definitely looked better. But again, it was just one of those lackluster home games where the away teams are now able to watch a replay of a team that's come to Hill Dickinson and they're just drilling them really well. But Leeds were well drilled, impressive as a way outfit. They were cohesive. They moved as a group. They looked like they wanted to move forward as a group, and they defended well as well. And it was almost like when we tried to attack them, it looked like we were getting no way through. But when they tried to come through us, we were wide open, and that was frustrating to watch. And you think, well, we deserve better and we should be better, but really we have an absence of creativity at times, and it's difficult to see where we're getting the goal from. Credit to Barry, though, really well taken goal. The roof came off with that goal, and it felt like it came out of nowhere. lovely little ball in, and he just kind of takes it first time. It looks like it maybe just clips the defender as well on the way. Smashes it into the net. I think it was euphoric, and it actually was simple. A simple goal in the end. And Everton at times overcomplicated the play when they did have the play in their half, in the Leeds half. We just sort of overplayed passes, and maybe we're better off putting the ball in a bit earlier, because this was one of those kind of physical games, and the referee gave us nothing, let's face it. He was really, really difficult, challenging, and very, very hard to get anything against. Overall, as I said, I think this will be going down as a point gained, because just in the manner in which it was. And, it's not been a great January for Everton at home. The 3 games that we had at the beginning of the month, this game now, we've come away, at least we've not been beaten. And it's frustrating that our away form is better, and we'll have to find a way where we can cut through opposition in a better way. Brian's now going to take back the phone.
Hi, you okay? So I've just been listening to Steve, and I do disagree. I think it was a case of actually 2 points dropped. At the end of the day, we should be better at home. I don't get it why this sudden.
It's never a point gained if
No.
you draw a game against the
Not at home.
we had 50, 60 minutes. Leeds are in form. 50,
But-
60 minutes to make a difference.
Yeah, but I know, I agree, but we should be dominating games. I think the players have shit themselves playing against, going from 39,000 to like 52,000. So I'll go to the comments.
Roll and Alcaraz are on the bench.
Yeah, someone support Roll should have got 30 minutes. Sorry. Roll should have got 30 minutes.
For who?
For Rolls, I don't know. Who would he taken off? Brian's heart looked weak. I'm pissed. I'm pissed in the first half. Patterson was practically covering for Tarky the whole game. Yeah, he was. And the only issue is Patterson was finding loads of space, and no one was fucking passing to him. We were all going down the fingers to the right channel. You know what I mean? All the time, and that was frustrating.
But we played with 2 actual fullbacks at home, and we still looked like we couldn't play the ball out from the back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but it's not a point. It's a point game from that position.
Are we doing a transfer deadline show on Monday? I don't know, is the answer. If there's any activity potentially.
We could do something, yeah.
Well, we can do something, Ryan said, so yeah, we will.
Non-deadline.
Yeah, non-transfer deadline day. Patterson was the best player in the back 4. I thought, which is, I don't think he was great, but certainly not as shit as some people made him out to be. Yeah. Why drop Roll and play that Muppet instead?
Who?
Drop Roll and play that Muppet.
McNeil.
McSlug.
Not to it, is he?
No, McNeil isn't.
Awful season, 23 goals, 23 matches played. I know he hasn't played in all of them. He's barely played, but you can see why.
Yeah, I love Mikalenko, but he's crap on going forward. TJ Mid.
One of our regulars.
But if we sort the last 2 results around, done Villa and beat Leeds, we'd all be sound now, wouldn't we? Well, yeah, but the issue is, why are we beating the likes of Villa, but not the likes of Leeds? No offence to Leeds or anything. Villa are flying at the moment.
We looked like we went to Leeds and had a tactic, though, and against Leeds, we didn't look like we had a tactic.
I mean, went to Villa.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Thought I said that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Dibbling is a dribbler, just needs to finish at the end. Do you want to take over? Basil.
What, to talk or to do something specific? Well, where are you up to with the comments? You're going up the comments,
Yeah.
And you've got one on screen. Why the hell didn't he play right-footed and die on the right, and left-footed dribbling on the left? Natural balance, play to their strengths.
So they can cut it.
So they can cut inside. I mean, dribbling just doesn't quite understand the position. It seems like he's playing almost wing back at times. I don't know if he was told to do that, but you could see Dewsbury Hall is shouting at him, "Get wider, get on the line of the defense of Leeds, so you're on side, but you're able to run in behind." Like there was space. He kept coming really short, which is not going to progress it. But I agree. I prefer to see Ndiaye on the right, as I said before. How do you clear it off the? Okay. Gavin says as soon as he saw the team, he knew he wouldn't win. Mikalenko, Garner, Muck Slug. I mean, it's hard to know at that point. I mean, what other team could we have put out, really? Kevin saying we missed Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish was a big miss, wasn't he?
We do, because he created more space, and he's always got 2 passes on. He's got multiple options, Jack Grealish. And I think that we did miss him because we sort of use him as an extra outlet. He very rarely gives the ball away, so we did miss him today.
Yeah. He drags players away. He makes more space for other players, and he holds the ball up really well. So if you are under pressure and the ball keeps spinning back and forward, you've got someone who can just keep a bit more control and win some fouls. The ref gave absolutely nothing.
No, there were a lot of tugging. I mean, because I was pitch level, I could tell you what's going on. And to be honest with you, there was a lot of
I could see they're tugging their neck
like this. And it's constant. And when you're so close to the action, like I was today next to Jan, and it's pretty much obvious what's going on, and it gave us nothing. Gave us F4. It makes you more furious the closer you get to it.
Yeah, I mean, having seen the replay of the goal, I can see there is no foul from Ndiaye, on Ndiaye. It's just Leeds players more eager to get to the ball than we are, and being stronger and working together in packs. And if that's sort of the pattern of the game, watching it on TV rather than in the stand, then I can understand why we didn't get many decisions. But there were cases where I could see hands round necks, hands tugging thing, and nothing was being given. Just get the crowd on the referee's back, focusing on that rather than Everton's bad performance. More comments have we got? This one from Gavin. He's saying, well, it's not seem to be breaking
I
up.
think we've just rejected a £50 million bid from from Lazio.
A lot of rumours about Tim, but some sources saying we've had no in for him. Some are saying it's 15 mil. But more to the point of what Gavin's saying, like the balance of the team today with Garner and Garner, it seemed a bit lost. You could see James Garner Gay as the pack hunters, but Garner Gay seemed to just get caught all over the place. The pitch, just leaving acres of space. Didn't seem to understand what that sort of system was. And in the second half, he was playing more deep, but sometimes he was playing right wing to help out. So yeah, there's something wrong there, but hopefully they can address that in training. Does anyone have any other comments before we wrap up?
Who was your man of the match, Dave?
Who was the man of the match?
I thought Ndiaye played well, but maybe Barry.
Barry was good.
He was good for his whole.
Barry was good. His hold
The
up play
referee
was
gave him
generally
nothing.
good.
The referee, on another day, he could have had a lot more free kicks. He was being tugged a lot. He thought he did well. He got a standing ovation, and he was worth it today. I think that might be 4 in 5 games for Thierry.
Run of form.
23.
Sorry?
It's 5 in 23, but it was also
5 in 23.
0 in 20 at one point or something like that. Wasn't it?
But, I've seen other players play for Everton that have taken ages to get going. I thought Phil Jagielka was rubbish when he joined the first
doing
time.
very well, Barry, because most strikers who come here don't score anything. Rondon, Tosun, Niasse, Sandro Ramirez, Neil Mope, Beto. So, to be honest with you, to get 5 goals, he's our best ever striker since Lukaku.
Oh, that's a big bold quote from Ryan.
Because no one else is doing anything. There's none of the strikers. And you described him as a twiglet, Stevie. Are you going to take it back?
He's not my favourite player, but I think he's done well, and I'll back him.
I think the fact that Everton fans in the crowd when he went down at like 20 minutes were all a bit hands in mouth and pissed off. That was a sign that actually we do need Barry, and people have come around to realise he's the player we need to persist with at the moment. Um, on that basis of Barry man of the match, a salvage point at home against Leeds with another shite start at home, but found a way to get a point. So we move on to Brighton, and someone will be on this pre-match at some point, hopefully this week.
Yeah, hopefully some people on this channel will pull their weight. David, do you want to
And
wrap this up?
we'll see you later in the week and after Brighton.
Bye.
Bye.